Now then, so Deontay said that when he entered the ring in a mask and an armoured costume, which was a tribute to Black History Month, that he claimed that the costume weighed 40 pounds, and that was the reason he lost the fight. He said on Yahoo News, the simple fact is that my uniform was way too heavy for me. I didn't have the legs right from the beginning of the fight. My legs had just shot all the way through.
Tell him what he said in another interview, though, about what he trains in daily.
He said he trains in a 45-pound weighted vest every day.
So he sort of contradicted himself.
I can understand where he's coming from, because there always, in every fighter's mind, there's always got to be a reason why they've lost.
Yep.
It can never be the simple fact of, I wasn't good enough on the night and I lost to a better guy. It's always got to be, the camp was wrong, it was the trainer's fault, it was the suit, it was me toe. It was always something a problem.
Yeah.
See, with me, it's if I'm injured or whatever the problem is, it's like, OK, the performance wasn't great, I'm going to move on and crack on.
So you've had one draw, which you should have won anyway, which you did win, and one win. How do you feel about the next meeting?
You know, I beat him the first time, I beat him the second time, and I surely will beat him the third time.
All right, so you heard it there, man. Tyson Fury responds to Deontay Wilder's plethora of excuses from him, you know, as well as his Wildettes, right? Making excuses for him that Deontay Wilder's not making. And he responds by saying, you know, he said that Deontay Wilder contradicted himself, as I said before, wearing a 45-pound vest during training. And, of course, you know, the myriad of excuses coming from this guy is just, and the LDBC and all these Wildettes is just, you know, it's just beyond absurd, you know. Yeah, I definitely agree with Tyson Fury, man. Like, you can't just say the better man won. Like, you know, even when you make that whack-ass pep talk, that pep talk pasta type of video for your Wildette fans on his Instagram page. I already talked about that, and then my commentary on that. If you haven't looked at that, check that out. That shit was garbage. You know, that was hot garbage. Like, you didn't say nothing about, you know, acknowledging who was the better man, it was a better fighter. You didn't say nothing about, you know, I made mistakes in the ring. I'm going to go to the drawing board, correct those mistakes, and get my belt back. You didn't say none of that. All you said is you was a king, you had a kingdom, a non-existent kingdom, and you was ready for war. After you lost two battles. You got 30, bro. You got 30. You know what I'm saying? Like, you lost the first fight, you got mollywopped the second fight, and the third fight was over before it even started. You know what I'm saying? Because you let a whack-ass costume whoop your ass. You know what I'm saying? You let these motherfuckers from LDBC, you know, make excuses for you about a goddamn glove gate theory that these dumb motherfuckers, you know, coming out the woodworks. You got people from the so-called conscious community like Young Pharaoh, Pseudo Pharaoh, coming out making these claims, and he attacking Eddie Hearns, as in plural. Like, you know, you're not making no boxing content, right? You a pseudo scholar. I wouldn't even call him a scholar. You a Sonetta TV reject. You know what I'm saying? You a scam artist. You know what I'm saying? I'm hearing stories about that. This dude, Young Pharaoh, try to raise money for a daycare, and he kept the money. You know what I'm saying? He also talked about that he got scammed by Brother Polite. And you saw him. You know, if you follow the so-called conscious community, you guys know what I'm talking about, because I've been in the conscious community, and, you know, it's just hot garbage. But these dudes who don't make no boxing content coming out the woodworks talking about the fight was fixed and, you know, Tyson Fury's gloves was tampered with, man. Where were y'all at during the first fight? You know what I'm saying? Where were y'all at during the first fight? Why y'all showing footage of the first fight and connecting to the second fight? You know what I'm saying? And y'all dudes falling for that, man. Just shame on you, man. Shame on you that nobody's even talking about that outside of YouTube. Nobody is talking about that outside of YouTube. Deontay Wilder is the laughing stock of the world. This is still a trending topic in sports. Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury 2 is still a trending topic. And the number one thing that people are talking about after the fight is Deontay Wilder's costume excuse. That is infamy. So when this dude retire, and hopefully soon, right? When Deontay Wilder retire, hopefully soon, 20 years from now, motherfuckers will come on the street and say, Deontay, how's that costume? That's infamy. That's his fault for allowing that excuse to marinate. And that's what he's not going to be remembered by the right hand or the power. He's going to be remembered by a guy that let a costume, right? A show enough from the Last Dragon costume in the year 3020 whoop his ass before he fought Tyson Fury. That is going to be what Deontay Wilder is remembered by. Straight up, man. He ruined his legacy by doing that. Nobody's talking about this Glovegate thing except for people on YouTube. So if you fall for that, you lost, bro. Like, for real. Like, you know, there's bigger things outside of YouTube. Nobody's taking that Glovegate thing seriously. Nobody's taking this clown ass dude, Young Pharaoh, seriously. You know what I'm saying? He's all of a sudden he's an expert on gloves and stuff. After one, that's like me coming into the contest community, or me trying to debate Young Pharaoh, which, you know, all he does is talk about pseudo stuff anyway. That's like me trying to debate stuff about ancient Kemet or whatever he talks about. You know, proving that the Moors, I don't know, whatever he's talking about. Whatever kind of content he talking about, and I just come on and say, hey, he's a liar. It's the same thing. You come on and boxing, you talking about boxing when your whole platform has nothing to do with boxing. You really just trying to clout chase because Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder's name is buzzing, and you want to be a part of that conversation and get your subscriber count up and try to get these LDBC zombie ass fans to subscribe to your channel. You know what I'm saying? And make these damn super chat donations and shit. And you can take their money and buy whatever the hell you want to buy and lie to the people. You know, that's what simple-minded coronavirus, simple-minded ass motherfuckers do. Is follow these clown ass dudes who have no integrity. All they want to do is just get their subscriber base up. And you know, these guys, these people who take this shit seriously, shame on y'all, man. Shame on y'all for allowing people like Young Pharaoh and all these other dudes who believe in this Glovegate theory to spread, you know, this propaganda, you know, misinformation, fake news, all this shit. Like I said, Tyson Fury mollywopped Deontay Wilder. You know what I'm saying? Whooped his ass. And Deontay Wilder lost a third fight before it even started. You know what I'm saying? You let motherfuckers making excuses for you, right? Like the LDBC about the Glovegate, when your ass ain't even talking about the glove. You talk about a goddamn costume. You talking about throwing your potentially throwing your goddamn trainer and firing his ass as in Mark Breland, but you changed your mind. Talking about Anthony Durrell, talking about the referee, all this, that, and the third, but he didn't say not one thing about no gloves. You know why? Because Deontay Wilder's team, they verified, they're actually right there in the dressing room watching the whole thing and the whole process of Tyson Fury getting his hands wrapped, getting the gloves on. You know, that gets inspected. That gets inspected by the referee. That gets inspected by NSAC, Nevada State Athletic Commission. You know what I'm saying? It gets inspected by all these dudes. That's the reason why he ain't talking about no Glovegate. So miss me with that whole excuse, man. Hot garbage. You already know what it is. Like I said, I agree fully with Tyson Fury about what he said about Deontay Wilder and those damn excuses. Just say Tyson Fury was a better man and that you'll be back in the ring to correct those mistakes. But you never did it. And that's the reason why you lost before the fight even started. You know what I'm saying? Before the third fight even started. So those are my thoughts on that, family. Leave your comments down below. GMOGSportsTV. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at GMOGmedia TV. Till next time, signing out. Peace.